Hi, Journal Junkies. It's Nita B again. I'm back and I'm in a hoodie and sloppy ponytail because it's the weekend. But today I have a list of types of journals for you to enjoy. Because there are different types of journal, and the possibilities with a traditional hard copy journal are truly endless. Like, there's so much you can do. It's kind of mind blowing. So, we're going to dive right in here because there's a lot of journals and not a lot of time, and I don't want to waste your time. So let's jump in. So the first type of journals are goal journals. If you write down goals and you list them out and you work towards something, you can track your progress. That's a great way to use a journal. There are medical journals where I've actually had doctors tell me to do this, where if you've got some kind of a weird thing that, say you have a health issue that you don't really know what it is, and the doctors are having trouble knowing what it is, and you journal about your health every day, like what you're eating, what your symptoms are, stuff like that. That's another way to use a journal. Um, Stream of consciousness. I know a lot of people who use stream of consciousness journaling. Basically, that is where you write whatever comes to mind. Let me see if I can straighten out the camera there for you. Okay, so you write whatever comes to mind, and it can be stuff like, I don't know what to write today, or um, I want coffee, or something like that. And then you start, as you do that, Julia Cameron talks about this in The Artist's Way quite a bit, you start to work and progress towards uh, more deeper thinking and stuff that kind of comes out of you. It's a great way to journal. Then there's just your standard diary journals. This is what happened today. This is what I did. This is where I went. This is who I have a crush on right now, that kind of stuff. Um, there are art journals, and oh my gosh, if you enjoy art journaling is incredible. I've done some of it. There's infinite products on the market to help with art journaling, but I'm going to do separate videos on those because there's people who like go and spend hundreds of dollars on art supplies, and all you really need is the stuff that you have in your house. So that's one thing, and basically there's very few words and mostly art in the journal. And that is different from a junk journal, which, if it's done in the traditional sense of the word, is you take old cards or old junk mail or different things like that, and you actually make the journal out of the stuff you have around the house, and then you do your journaling over it. So like you might use, for instance, greeting cards is a great example, or old paper bags, like old grocery bags and stuff like that, and you make a journal out of that kind of stuff, and then you journal over it. That's a cool thing to do if you are much more crafty than I am. I've not tried that. I've stuck stuff. I've stuck greeting cards and cut out stuff and put it in my regular journal, but I've not tried a traditional junk journal. So if you try that, let me know how it goes. There is what I like to call a snippet journal. That's not what it's officially called, but they're like one-liner journals where you just write a sentence a day, or like a thankfulness journal. I'm thankful for dot dot dot, and you would write one I'm thankful for every day, or one this was the highlight of my day. And especially if you're going through like some kind of depression or something, that can be very, very helpful because you can just write, today I saw a flower blooming, or today somebody smiled at me on the street, or something like that. It's a great way um, to heal through stuff. Snippet journals are a lot of fun. There are nature journals. A nature journal, in its traditional sense, you think of like John Muir sketching trees and plants and stuff as he was going through Yosemite. That would be a nature journal. There's also garden journals. People who have gardens, they can track the progress of their garden through journaling. I know a few people who've done that. There are travel journals, and that travel journals are some of my favorites because when you go on a big trip, especially like for me when I've gone on big 3-week long expeditions into the world, you journal about it, and you can take receipts and ticket stubs and airplane ticket stubs and stuff like that. And you smash it all into your journal, and it's a lot of fun. By the way, smash journal is another word for junk journal. Okay, there's mental health journals. These are kind of your institutionalized sort of. When I think of a mental health journal, I think of like just staying on the lines, which I hate doing in my journals. But they're a really good thing, and that's if you're struggling with some kind of a mental health issue, journaling is a very very good thing. Um, there's what I like to call a "What's Going On in the World" journal, and this is for um, if there's a mine collapse in China, you write about that, or this is what the presidential debate is doing, or there's a hurricane that's coming and hitting the coast of Florida, stuff like that, stuff that's historical, like actual world events or things like that, that can actually have some kind of a historic value in the future. That's kind of a cool thing to keep. Um, there is a special events or holidays journal. I keep one of these. I have a journal that I write in every year just on my birthday. But if you are planning your wedding or some kind of a big event, you can journal about different events, or you can journal just on New Year's. And every year you go to this one specific journal and you write just on New Year's, something like that. Um, there are writer's notebooks, and I'm a writer. I keep one of these actually. If I, my journal usually ends up being I use my journal for this mostly, but writer's notebooks, anything that strikes your fancy, or you just keep it with you if you are hoping, or if you're an aspiring writer, or you want to work on improving your writing, or you want to work on improving your skills of observation. Keep a writer's notebook. There's tons of suggestions out there for how to keep a writer's notebook. They're fabulous. And then there's what I like to call the Nita style journal, which is what I do, which is a combination of all of that stuff. My journals are, I have done so many different things in my journals, you would not believe it. I have done lists, grocery lists, packing lists, things like that, gratefulness lists, goals lists. I've done nature journaling, I've done medical journaling, I've done goals. Everything that I just named, I've done it all in my journals. So that's another way to use a journal, is to just use everything. So, like I said, there's endless possibilities and endless suggestions. So let me know in the comments what your favorite kind of journal is and what you have used your journals for. I'd love to hear what you guys do. And I will talk to you guys later.